Hello viewers, I'm Kausalya. Today we are going to start our new chapter, chapter 7, coordinate geometry. So first I start with example 1. So listen, do the points 3, 2, minus 2, minus 3 and 2, 3 form a triangle. So here the 3 points are given and they have asked us to check whether they form a triangle. If so, name the type of triangle. In case if a triangle is formed, then tell me the type of triangle. Right. So first we are giving name to the points. So let this point be A and this point be B and this point be C. Now we are going to find the distance between any two points, right? So first I am going to calculate the distance between AB, BC and CA. So you see, for example, assume let the 3 points be located like this. So first we have to calculate the distance between these 2 points, then these 2 points and again these 2 points. Finally, we will be knowing the value of all the 3 sides of the triangle. Then from the value we can easily judge what is the type of triangle formed. Right. So first I am going to calculate the distance between AB. So let me give the name also, AB and C. So AB is given by the distance, again the distance between 2 points is given by the formula x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So this is our A and this is our B. So give values. X1 is 3 and y1 is 2 and x2 is minus 2 and y2 is minus 3. That's it. So now just substitute the values. Once you substitute the values here and you simplify, you see the value of AB is found to be 50, right? Because you see x2 minus x1, x2 is minus 2. So minus 2 minus 3 whole square plus again minus 3 minus 2 the whole square. So again minus 2 minus 3 they become minus 5. Here also the same. And finally we got the answer as square root of 50, right? Now we are going to find BC. Again using the same distance formula. This is my B and this is my C. Name the values, right? x1 y1 and x2 y2. So again substitute the values over here. So you see x2 minus x1. This is 2 minus of minus 2. So 2 minus of minus 2 becomes plus 2 here, right? And finally it becomes 4. Again y2 minus y1. So 3 minus of minus 3. So minus of minus 3 becomes plus 3 and finally it becomes 6 square. So 4 square is 16 and 6 square is 36 and here you got the answer as square root of 52. Now we have calculated two sides. Finally we are going to proceed with our third side. So next is CA. So this is my C and this is my A. Again x1 y1 and this is x2 y2. So x2 minus x1. So 3 minus 2 the square. Here it is 2 minus 3 the whole square. So 3 minus 2 is 1 and 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So anything to the power square is always a positive number. So again it becomes 1 plus 1 which is equal to root 2. So now we have got all the three values. I have got the values of AB. You see what is the value of AB? AB is root 50. And what is BC? And BC is root 52. And now CA is equal to root of 2. Right. So here just we can make an easy conclusion. You see, one is 50, right? Root of 50. You can even leave the root because when you consider a right angle triangle, we will be having hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. Yes or no? This is the form of right angle triangle. For example, if it is like this, then AB square is equal to AC square plus BC square, right? So when you remove the square root over here, you see 50 plus 2, it matches exactly to 52. So by Pythagoras theorem, you see here the lengthiest side is BC because BC got the highest value here. So BC square is equal to AB square plus CA square or AC square. Okay, both means the same. So BC is square root of 52 and AB is square root of 50 and CA is square root of 2. Right. So Once you square the values, you see the square root and square, they will get cancelled. And finally, we get 52 is equal to 50 plus 2, which is obviously true. Right. Therefore, here the triangle formed is a right angle triangle. Right. So, this problem gets over. We will move to the next example. So, example 2. The problem is show that the points or the vertices of a square. Right. So 4 points are given. Now we have to tell whether these points make a square or not. So here the first thing is, you see, square has 4 sides. So first we have to calculate all the 4 side values. Then apart from that, we have to check whether the diagonals are equal. Right. So a square has 2 diagonals and one is AC and another one is BD. Right. So first I start with my measurement, that is I go with the sides AB. So here AB is again A 1,7, B 4,2. And what is the formula to find the distance between 2 points? It is square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So here this is x1, y1 and these points make x2, y2. So now just substitute the values. So x2 minus x1. So x2 is 4 and x1 is 1. So 4 minus 1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1. 2 minus 7 the whole square. Right. So 4 minus 1 is 3 and 2 minus 7 it gives minus 5. So when you square, it becomes 3 square becomes 9 and minus 5 square becomes 25. And finally, we got the answer as root of 34. Right. In the same way, here we have to find the value of BC, CD and DA or AD. Okay, both ways you are correct. So first, then next I go with BC. So write down the values and this is x1 y1 and this is x2 y2 and again x2 minus x1, so minus 1 minus 4 the whole square, and here it is y2 minus y1, so minus 1 minus 2 the whole square. So minus 1 minus 4 it is minus 5, minus 1 minus 2 it's minus 3. Right. So 5 square is 25 and 3 square is 9 and again here the answer is root of 34. The next slide we are going to proceed with CD. So CD again write down the values here. C is this and D is this. And again x1, y1, x2, y2. And the first step is x2 minus x1. So minus 4 minus of minus 1 square. And here it is y2 minus y1. So 4 minus of minus 1 square. So just substitute the values over here. Minus into minus becomes plus. So minus 4 plus 1 gives minus 3 and here you see again 4 minus of minus 1. So 4 plus 1 this makes 5. So once you substitute here the answer is square root of 34. Right. So this is my CD. So next we are going to calculate DA. So DA is given by, again write the values of D and A. Right. Here it is x1 y1 and here it is x2 y2. So now just substitute the values x2 minus x1. So 1 minus of minus 4 and the next is 7 minus 4. So here minus into minus makes plus. So it is 1 plus 4 square, that is 5 square, and here it is 7 minus 4, it is 3 square. And again the answer is, you see, it is square root of 34. Now here all the 4 sides measures the same. Did you notice that? You see here the value of AB is root 34, BC is also root 34 and CD is root 34 and DA is also root of 34. Right. So all the 4 sides are equal. That is fine. Now we have to go with the diagonals. So now we are going to check the diagonals. So what is diagonal AC? AC is given by, again we have to find the distance between these 2 points. So write down the values x1, y1, x2, y2 and x2 minus x1. So minus 1 square, that is minus 2 square, which is 4. And here y2 minus y1. So minus 1 minus 7. So minus 1 minus 7 is minus 8 and minus 8 square gives 64. And finally the value of the diagonal is square root of 68. Right. Now we are going to find BD. So again write down the values. You see this is x1 y1 and this is x2 y2. So root of, again the same distance formula, right? So x2 minus x1 minus 4 whole square. So minus 4 makes minus 8. So 8 square is 64. Next one is y2 minus y1, that is 4 minus 2. So 4 minus 2 square gives 2 square, which is 4. So square root of 64 plus 4 is root of 68. Now when you check the value of diagonals, you see the value of AC is also root of 68 and here BD is also square root of 68. So we can finally conclude that you see all the four sides are equal, right? And the diagonals are also equal. So what does this indicate? This tells that the given points, okay, the given 4 points, they form a square. Right, if all the four sides are equal but the diagonals are not equal, in case what you have to do that, if the diagonals are not equal and if all the four sides are equal, then again make sure that it is not a square. For a square, it is mandatory that the diagonals value should be equal. Right, so that's all in this video. Thank you.